Hello and welcome to Bloke on the Spam Range here in beautiful Italy. It was supposed to be raining, it isn't, so we're very happy. Now, after filming a previous video, I have a loaded rifle. This is extremely convenient to discuss the dreaded magazine cutoff. Now, the original idea of the magazine cutoff was on the Lee-Metford and the magazine Lee-Enfield, the long Lee, before they had charger loading, was that you could load the magazine, apply the cutoff, you have 10 rounds in reserve, and then you can just lay a round in, bang, and then you can just keep firing by volleys or single shot, whatever, and then upon the command, magazine, fire, you would open the cutoff, and then you've got 10 rounds to give it some. Now, this was the doctrine right through the Boer War, and however, once charger bridges and charger loading, for those who don't know, these things that hold ammunition, and I've shown this plenty of times in previous videos, single loading actually went out the doctrine, but the magazine cutoff remained. In fact, the magazine cutoff was deleted and came back and was deleted and came back and was last seen as late as the No. 4 trials rifles in the early 30s. Now, this was, even though by 1909, and it's in the Musketeer Regulations 1909, it said explicitly that the magazine cutoff was not to be used to enable the rifle to be used as a single loader. It's absolutely forbidden. Now, what though is the point of it? Well, in the British Army, right up to this day, there are 3 states of a rifle. You've got completely unloaded, so no ammunition in it. You've got loaded but not made ready, which is technically, in the modern parlance, it's just loaded, which is like that. Well, like that. And you have made ready, which is like that. Now, right up to now, on the command make safe, the aim is that you take the rifle from made ready and just put it back in the loaded state. And the way this was officially done was that. Now you end up with 1 round less, so what we can also do is we can, let's say we were starting with 10, 1 in the chamber, so we were made ready for action, and the threat goes, so you get the command make safe. So we would take the safety catch off, open the bolt, put the round back in the magazine, apply the cutoff, close the bolt, press the trigger, apply the safety catch. And for all those who are screaming at me for dry firing, that was the British Army drill. Now the bolt is locked, and then if we need to make ready for action, magazine cutoff out, safety catch off, work the bolt, and then either fire or reapply the safety catch. So this enables you very easily to put the rifle into a safe condition without thinking about it as well. The British Army's doctrine has been very much on automation of tasks. And if you've just got a simple sequence of tasks, when you're extremely tired, you don't need to worry about them. So let's say we have a round up the spout again. Make safe.
Make safe? Make safe? You and all your modern words of command. Let me tell you, back in my day when men were men and sheep were scared, we only needed 1 word: unload. You see, with the old magazine rifle, the magazine and the chamber were treated separately. The word of command unload only referred to the chamber. The magazine had its own words of command. Charge or uncharged magazines. On the word of command unload, the first step was to ensure that the cutoff was closed. If it were open, it most assuredly would have been brought to that safer state. The next step was the rapid cycling of the bolt, ejecting either a spent case or a live round onto the ground, followed immediately by easing of springs. That unfired round would undoubtedly have been put back in the pouch, or in fact the magazine. So, had the magazine been charged, we would have wound up in exactly the same state that your make safe refers to. Despite the fact that it didn't exist at that point in time, I'm sure everybody understands. Although there are no specific words of command used to detail these actions in the musketry regulations of 1909, the concept was mentioned. I would best assume that a similar command such as close cutoffs would be used to achieve a similar result. Have a nice day.
So this was considered valuable enough that they kept reintroducing it and bringing it back. Now, because this drill was in the doctrine, but not all the rifles had a cutoff, for instance the number 1 Mk.III stars and most of the number 4s, the drill was slightly different. So you're in made ready state, so make safe, push the round back into the magazine, and then with the little finger bring the bolt over. In fact, probably I'll do that again. So we push the round back into the magazine, we push it down with the little finger around the bolt head. We pull it forward so that we're sure we're not taking it around. Close the bolt, press the trigger, apply the safety catch. So that's what it is, and I appreciate that other armies, particularly those armed with Mauser type rifles, had no concept of this intermediate state that this rifle is in now, because a rifle was either loaded and had one in the chamber or didn't in a lot of cases. But that's how they did it, that's what it was for. From at least as early as 1909, the doctrine was no longer to use the cutoff for loading single rounds. It didn't matter anymore because you could get 5 rounds into the rifle not much slower than you could get a single round when you're using stripper clips. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Please consider supporting us on Patreon, and many thanks to Spam Shooting for inviting me out here, use of their range, and many thanks to my patrons who helped to make it possible. Bye.